Alright, now we're going to keep going here. I'm going to switch knives a little bit, something a little more sharper here. We were cutting a little more off underneath here, and we need to do that first. So this is an old Knott's knife. I believe it's an old Knott. I don't know which. Not really sure. I can't really tell you where the knife is from, but I have so many over the years. You'll collect your own if you're just starting to carve. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. It's a little bit too high for me yet. We might chop a little more off of this and go down a little further, a little bit less of an angle, but I kind of like it, so we're just going to leave it for now. What we're going to do now is we're going to trim off the back end right here. Alright. And one thing we're going to have to establish is where the bottom part of the coat's going to be. I think that's just about right where I have it. We can just take a tad lower. Alright, so let's do that. We're going to chop off the back and the front. We'll worry about the sides because I need to put the gun in there. If I can find the right knife that I feel comfortable with right now. Let's just chop some of this off. This should all come off. Hopefully it doesn't go in too deep. There we go. It comes off. Sometimes you can save a piece of wood. See? There we go. It's gone. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're just going to chop up, straight down. We put a line across. This will be the bottom part of his jacket. Alright. These cones have been a real pleasure for me to do the last year or so. I can't remember how long I've been doing these cone things, and keep coming up with new ideas and new things, and you know, until I get really tired of it, I'll probably continue doing them that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to do on the top first here. Alright, and we're going to bring this down. Alright. And we're going to have to establish where this gun's going to be, because it's going to go past the coat, and this is going to be a little different than just cutting the coat out. I could have the gun here and up, but it'll look too short. So what we want to do is we want to extend the gun all the way to the bottom, okay? And we'll worry about the hands and the arms, and we're just going to put where the gun is going to be. Shouldn't be underneath his neck. I don't think that would look exactly right, but let's do a little bit more of an angle here. Okay, so we'll have the butt of the gun going down, okay, and then turning upward. Kind of the rifles and stuff are like that. So we're going to go all the way across. Alright, all the way across. We'll worry about this portion of it later. Alright. And all the way across. Probably from his neck, bottom part of his neck down. Alright, so that's where the gun is going to go. Alright, we'll worry about his arms and stuff in a second here. So what we need to do is we have to determine how wide the legs are going to be. You know, they're usually together, and you know, it might come out to here, so we need to undercut this portion of it and this portion of it, okay? And then from the side we've got to cut inward. You know, we got a side profile and a front profile of it, so we'll do that. But let's continue with the front here for a second and the other side. I'm going to just round this off at the bottom here a little bit. This is where his shoes are going to really stick out. And black shoes with a light blue pants, like a jean color pants. We were discussing on Facebook about how many carvings do you have ready to paint. I'm a procrastinator when it comes to certain things, and that's one of them. I prefer to do my carving than to actually paint. That has always been kind of my way, and so we're going to do this side as well right now. Okay, we'll worry about the gun side in a second because I got to figure out where the arms are going to go and such. So when we're done chopping this out, yeah, we'll bring this down a little bit anyway. Okay, this will come down a little bit, and then this will really go in. We're going to have his pants kind of baggy, similar to what we have on the chef. Alright, so we're going to bring this down a little bit more. Right, I'm going to just chop this one little corner out to where I see the gun there. Alright, just like so. Alright. And this is going to be kind of interesting to try to fit this in here. The coat's going to kind of wrap around a little bit, but you'll see that in a second here. And these little added things add challenge to your carvings, and that's okay. You know, unless you try some of this stuff, you're not going to know if it's going to work right or not. You kind of just go along with it and see how it works. Like I say, I don't really know how my stuff is going to look like. I have a general idea in my head, but it doesn't always mean it comes out exactly as the picture in my head envisions it to be. And that's okay. I mean, that's part of carving. You kind of create it as you go along. And then when you start carving it, you begin to see what needs to be carved. You know, what parts of the wood need to be taken out and such. So this is really going to come down a lot further. Let's do that first. When we come back, I'll have the arms all drawn on there so we can start on the arms a little bit. There's a lot more on the face. We have to do the eyes yet and such. But I wanted to get this portion kind of started and all that. So we have the bottom of the coat pretty well established where it's going to be. Alright. And where his legs are going to be, we'll worry about putting the middle portion in after we figure out how to do the gun and all. And I'll be back to take care of that, and then I'll have this all drawn out for the most part of what we need. And you know, he's going to have a few other things added to it other than the gun. Okay, we'll be back.